young, it kind of doesn't affect me anymore. And so I don't even think about that. But could that possibly be a root of it?
But let me go back my history. I was born in 1952 in Detroit, Michigan. My father and mother were separated. My mom lived in Georgia, and I had two brothers who both of them had passed, and I was the oldest. So my mom would always say, "If I ever leave you, I'm gonna leave you with your daddy. You're no good daddy. Your dad is this." So when she left me with my dad. I became a gang leader in Detroit. I had what you call it, inferiority complex. They said I was feeling pain and I didn't have the pain. I was very violent. And I said, if I ever have children, I would never want my children to go through what I've gone through. I said, for divorce, I would still be an instrument in their life. I said all this is that I had a resentment from my mom when I came here because I felt like my mom didn't care for me like she did for my other two brothers. But
Mm,
I took care of my mother. My mother died at 84 years old. My mother got to the point she couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything. I took care of my mom until she passed. And the thing that I told God, I said, thank God that I didn't allow my humanistic to move in because there was hate there, there was animosity there. I said, but the love of God overshadowed everything. So I love my mom with agape love. So I'm saying this, yes, it has an effect on you. Anytime there's a divorce, it affects children, it affects grandchildren, it affects people. But the point is this, you can't keep parents together when there's going to be animosity and fighting or
right.
domestic violence. I tell anybody that's listening to me, if you're in a relationship because of the children, that's not what we should do. We should be in a
Nope.
relationship because there's love there, there's unity there. Because if a man is keep hitting on you and you stand there because you want to be there for the children, you crazy. Amen. Move on. And all marriages are not meant to be. And the Bible say, what God put together, let no man put asunder. So if God put it together, it's going to stay together. So we can't hold on to something that is not meant to be. So yes, it does affect children. It affects me today just to hear this, what Tasha's going through. I wish I could reach out and touch that nerve and say, Tasha, your daddy love you. Even now at 50 years old, your daddy still love you just like you were when you came home from the hospital. And I wish I could just reiterate that in her mind today, that your daddy love you. Your daddy is the same person there when you was calling me when you needed money. And she would come to the church and she need money. And I would go to the bank and get the money. She was grown. So what happened?
Mm,
Now you just spent my money. Now you want to talk about me.
Mm.
wow.
Listen, there is a lot going on. A lot going on. I'm seeing y'all in these chats. I'm seeing y'all in these chats. All right. Let's listen. Let's go ahead and continue. Mims, I think you're muted.
All right. If I can ask really quickly, are you comfortable telling us the name of your church? Because you have been kind of like,
Thank you,
speaking a
ma'am.
word.
Yes, I'm happy to mention the church is Christ Miracle Temple. We're live on Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. And I would be glad, you can watch, view, comment. And the thing is, we live and we learn from our mistakes. And today, I have learned a lot. I mean, I can write a book with just the things that I've heard today that I didn't even know. Isn't that something?
It is, it is. And he does stream on Facebook. Facebook. He does stream on Facebook. So thank you, Mims, for that. You guys check him out. All right. Thank you so much. Mims, I'm sorry, who were we down to? Light of the Leo?
Yeah.
Or did I skip up? Okay, Light of the Leo.
Um,
And that's okay. We can pass it back up to Mims because I know Mims
you have a
he's got
question,
a
Tyrone?
I do have a question.
yes.
Knowing that they grew up around the music industry at such a young age, matriculating up to who they are now, what personality and professional things did you provide to them, preparing them for today, and what have you seen them alter from what you have taught
Let me tell you the funny thing. You ever heard of the Jack the Rapper? it was a convention where all the celebrities would get together and they would try to get contracts. Jermaine Dupri, BBC, Eddie Kendrick before he died, all the celebrities was there. And so during that time, I would have all these deputy sheriffs and I would dress the girls up and they would say, "What's the name of that group?" And I would push them and promote them. And a couple times I got so upset with Tamika, she saw Chucky Booker. She grabbed Chucky Booker and I made her let him go because she was choking him. I guess that was her idol and her fan. And Tasha, she was in love. I think it was Vicky Wine, and so it was a lot of the celebrities there that they knew I didn't know. I was just pushing them, and it's every parent's desire to see his child become successful in the music business. And I was so happy that Jermaine Dupri said, "When I get 21 years old, and if I ever make it, I'm gonna look out for your girls." Obligation. Tasha don't even know that. I have pictures with them and Keith Sweat. I have pictures with them with all that. That's what I'm saying. When you sit down and look at this photo album that I have, you're gonna say, I didn't even know all this existed. But I want you to be a witness so you can take notes and you'll say, Pastor Scott is not lying. And you'll see all the celebrities that they've met. And before they became Xscape, nobody knew. They laughed at them. They said, "Escape from where? What prison?" They laughed at them, talked about them, but their daddy had enough confidence to know they was gonna make it one day. So yeah, I pushed those girls. I had the confidence they was gonna make it, and God gave me favor. And everyone that know from the sheriff department that pushed those girls, they say you had confidence your girl was gonna make it. And so I'm proud to say that God gets the praise and honor and glory, not me, not glory.
Amen. Amen. I love this. I love this. Mims, I'm going to come on back up to you. Then I'm going to drop back down to Diva. You all who are in here watching in these chats, I love it. Listen, and I'm okay. I understand some people in the chat. I do want to address this real quick. Some people are feeling as though the interview is one-sided. There's only one person up here that we're interviewing. So if you want another side, have the other side to come on the channel and we will interview that side as well. Okay, we'll reach out to them and y'all can have them to reach out to us. So that way we will have both sides. But I can't have two sides if I'm missing one person. Okay, I can only have the side that's here. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, Diva, we're going to come on down to you.
Me or Mims?
Oh, Mims. I'm sorry. Mims. That's Mims.
Oh,
come on. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No worries. So if you had the opportunity to be in a room with both of your daughters and your ex-wife, do you think that there could be a way that you could bridge the gap? Because I've been hearing you talk and you sound very inspirational, and I feel that you want there to be some resolution. Is there anything that, what would that conversation be like?
Well, it would never happen because their mother wouldn't want that. Mother wants to feel like she's in control, that she's right, that dad is wrong. So that would never happen. But if it did happen, the first thing I would say is, first of all, bickering and fussing is not what God intended between this family. And God bless you. When you have a house that's paid for and you're having the nicer things in life, when people are struggling, first of all, you need to give God praise and honor and glory and not be bickering and fussing and fighting. Now, I disagree with the bickering and fussing because, it should be enough love to overcome all that. Just say, hey, we're going to hug just like they did with Candy and Latasha. Now, if Candy and Latasha can hug and they're not related, then Tasha and Tamika should hug because they're blood.
Amen.
Second thing is that we have to learn to let bygones, you got to let it go. You got to say, hey, we're not going to bring this up no more. So what we're going to do, we're going to start now. We're not going to worry about the past because the past will get you in trouble with the future.
Yeah.
Hug one another and let's have prayer. And then after we have prayer, but that's not going to happen. No, I don't want your daddy praying for that. Your daddy is the devil. Okay, so people don't want you praying for them. They feel that way. But if I had my choice, I would sit down with both of them without their mom and let both of them air out their differences. Not the husband, just those two. And I would let them just, get it out in the open. And then when they get through, I say, now where do we go from here? Now that's the main thing. What was the whole meaning of this meeting? Let's go from here. Because you cannot pray and ask God to forgive you if you don't forgive. You're wasting your time. The second thing is that blood